Yeah. Well, I just know that April showers bring May flowers. That's a good one. That's better than April Fool. Yeah. April showers bring May. I'm still waiting for the rain over here. Yeah. I prefer that one. I like that one. April rain bring April May flowers. April rain showers bring May flowers.
What are you willing to do
Hallelujah.
that will give you long-term happiness? I was talking with Nicole 2 days ago, and she uses a word like people with she uses word like low frequency people. Low frequency people. Low frequency people do things for short term happiness. They don't care the consequences. They don't care how history will judge them. They just do it. My desire for all my partners in our mission and in our business is to make them money long term. Is to teach them to do things for themselves, to find things out for themselves that will bring about long-term happiness. Long-term happiness, that's what it's all about. Every one of you have lived long enough to see people who have achieved greatness and fame and money, a lot of it, accumulated wealth. And what happened? They end up committing suicide. They end up killing themselves. The reason, among other reasons, are that they didn't have the interior things, something in the inside, something strong, a foundation that contains long-term happiness. Because show me where you have long-term investments, financial investments, and I will show you long-term happiness. Show me where you find someone who takes time to do things, takes time to find a marriage partner, takes time to make a baby, prepared for babies to come. Not for babies to become your social security or your pension, but for you to be brave enough to see them out there. You prepared them very well for them to succeed in life, and they are succeeding in life, and that gives you long-term happiness. They are not coming back to you to ask, mommy, daddy, buy me a car. They can buy any kind of car they want. There's a man who called me from California, but he lives here in Kansas. He told me, oh, I'm in California. I'm in such and so hill in California. I think Windsor Hill or somewhere. I said, what are you doing in California? Oh, he started by telling me, oh, I lost my car. They came and repo my car. They came and did this. That. I don't want to hear that story. Go straight to the point. Why are you in California now? You went to see your mama for her to give you one of her cars? He said, yes. This is a 70-year-old man, still a mama's boy. Still a mama's boy. And I said to him, good luck. He's driving the car back to Kansas. The mom is paying insurance. The mom is paying for everything. Can you imagine? Almost 90-year-old woman is still taking care of a 70-year-old child. Because that's not a man, that's a child. Because at any given time that man talks to me, he's always talking to me about, oh, how the COVID, through everything that we put in order for him, everything was thrown out. His social security, he will be saying things that even somebody in elementary will not say, can tackle. And I have come to find out that what is so easy for you is a mountain that a lot of people, billions of people on earth cannot climb. What is so easy for you to do is a mountain that billions of people on earth cannot climb. For example, just set up your online payment for your social security to come through it is a mountain. Go to the social services to get somebody to help you do that. You don't want to do it. Low frequency people, I will talk about them later. But tonight we are dealing with what are you willing to do in life that will give you long-term happiness. Long-term happiness. So that if you do not reach a point of your career where money is flowing, where you are famous and you turn around and shoot yourself, kill yourself, or you take drugs, overdose and die, because you don't see no happiness in all of that. Lots of people who started their career from when they are young, they become famous young, got money very young. You see that many of them are dead. Because they were not prepared. Nobody prepared them. And they did not ask questions. They didn't go to seek for help to be prepared for fame, for money, for greatness, for the crowd. Excuse me. So if you are just praying that love will come to you, that you will find love, that's the worst thing you are looking for. That's the greatest mistake you're going to make. Because when love comes, you are not prepared for it. You don't know how to give love. You don't know how to receive love. You cannot even do a common laundry. You can't wipe your butt. You can't tackle financial difficulties. You cannot handle money. Whatever comes is good. Whoever comes is fine enough. you're gonna go into marriage. And all those who are promising you heaven on earth and paradise in the sand or by the beach. Yeah. Thank God they are not promising you heaven. You're gonna reach the height with them in sex and food and drink and movies and show and going out and showing off your skin and showing off your clothes. All of that for what? For short-term, low-frequency excitement. Short-term, low-frequency mindset. And then you go to another person. Mary, please, are you on the line? I want to give you an assignment.
Yes, please, I'm here.
Okay, Mama, please do this for me.
All right.
Take this note. Take this note and call me for us to discuss it before we make the video. We make the broadcast.
Okay.
Write that down. Write this down. How to discover an unprepared person. How to discover an unprepared person. Number 2. Ready?
Ready.
The characteristics of a low frequency personality versus a high frequency personality. That's it.
Thank you.
What are you willing to do to retain constant happiness? That's what we are talking about. What are you willing to do every day of your life to retain long-term happiness? Come sun, snow, harmattan, come rain, come shine, come difficulties, come prosperity, you maintain a high, long-term happiness. Mary, write down number 4. When you are ready, you tell me.
Ready.
How to discover a thrill seeker. Thrill. I think that is it, Samantha. Is that a thrill?
Yes.
Okay. Mary, it is T like tomato, H like a hen, R like rice, I like ice cream, L like lemon, another L like lemon. I'm making you guys hungry. Yep. How to discover a thrill seeker. Because those are the most dangerous people you can ever meet in your life. Thrill seekers.
That's right.
For example, cheating financially and cheating sexually is a thrill to some people. For some people, racism or tribalism is a thrill. It's a thrill. For some people, murdering somebody is a thrill. For some people, seeing people suffer is a thrill, like Putin is doing. It's a thrill to him. I mean, Ukrainians have their problem too. They have their mistakes that they have done to make this happen for them, to make their country to be bombarded by Russia. They made the mistake. Do I blame Russia for gaining advantage over the mistake of Ukraine? Yes, I do. Because when you know that somebody is stupid, why do you want to take advantage of them and slaughter them? And that's what a lot of human beings who are thrill seekers are looking for you to make one mistake that they will use against you. What are you willing to do to give you happiness long term? Is it just by having children? Children will give you long-term happiness? So you think that having children is going to give you long-term happiness. I don't think so. Unless you are willing to give those children their freedom. Oh, I can't wait for my son to be married or my daughter to be married, yet your hand is still in their brain. You are still in control. And pretty soon your daughter-in-law will go and start living in an apartment building. We'll go and get a what? I've seen it happen recently with a Vietnamese family. The mother-in-law is just every little thing. Oh, daughter-in-law, why do you always come late from this job of being a registered nurse? Why can't you find another job? You work so many hours. You don't help cook in this house. You only cook once in a while. And she forgot that the daughter-in-law is also bringing in a bulk sum of money to pay for the house that they are staying, for the big house that everybody lives in. I'm not sure that my son is happy with you. Did your son tell you he is not happy with her? Can you believe that? I'm not sure that my son is happy with you. I'm not even sure that my son is sexually happy with you. You're talking to your daughter-in-law. Did you consult your son to find out whether your son is happy or not? And you're already challenging your daughter-in-law, and your daughter-in-law packed her things, take her one baby, left, and went and found a 2-bedroom apartment and moved her own mother from a 1-bedroom studio into her own apartment. The mother stay in one side, in one room. She lives in one room. And she said, I'm not coming back there. Anyone married into that family, you're going to have problem. Because that woman, that Vietnam woman will chitty chatty cha cha cha, chatty chatty chi chi chi, chitty chatty cha cha cha, chatty chitty chatty yeah hey, chatty chitty chi chi chi. You know, always rat business, ratty, ratus. You know, ratties are constantly at work. Every little thing, she will complain about it. I don't think my son's shirt was well ironed. I don't think my son's shirt was well. So why can't you iron your son's shirt? Your son is not complaining. Hey, daughter-in-law, I don't think my son's shirt was well ironed. Was it your daughter-in-law that ironed it? Was it not your son that ironed his own clothes? Constantly. And that is what a lot of women also from India, that's what they suffer when they get into marriage. That's what they suffer. Lizzie, my big love, am I lying?
No.
There you go. When you are young and naive and they come and marry you in India into a family, your own is done. If you are not an aggressive woman from the word go and they know that you are capable of harming them, you are capable of suing them, you are going to be their slave. You are going to be the slave of your father-in-law. You are going to be the slave of your mother-in-law. You are going to be the slave of your brother-in-laws. You are going to be the slave of your sisters-in-law. I'm telling you, you married into slavery. And if they are very religious people, you are going to change your religion very quickly before they start getting on you. And the worst of all is that, do you know it is the woman that pays the man money for the man to marry her? Do you know that? In India. Are you serious? I am to pay money for my daughter to be married to your family. Are you serious? This is a case of, how did that politician put it? He said it was a case of jackassery. You know? Jackassery phenomenon. Ideas. Are you serious? The woman is to pay money to the man for the man to marry her. The dowry is paid to the man and to his family. Seriously? A case of the donkey and the camel. Are you serious? So you now become their camel, and they are the donkeys running wild the whole place. Ay ay ay. Hey. That's why, yeah. That's why when Lizzie came into my life and into our mission, I told her I'm going to protect her. Let any in-law rise up. You'll see what I'm gonna do to them. Ask Lizzie, she's here. And I perform a ritual in this chapel. All the in-laws ran away up to today. Ask Lizzie. Lizzie, is that not true?
Yes.
We can hear you very. Yeah. I perform a ritual for her. There is none of the daughter-in-laws of the in-laws that has ever, for how many years now? Lizzie, how many years now? None of them dare it comes into Lizzie's house.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Many years now, they all fled. I perform a ritual here and say, let me see any bird of the night that flies near the tree where Lizzie lives. You will know whether Idika Imeri come from India also or not. I will invoke all the bad black goddesses of India against all of them, and every one of them fled. You guys know that the most aggressive and the most powerful gods and goddesses in India religion, in Hindu religion, are black. You know that. They are all black and crazy too. So I'm going to invoke all of them. I'm going to tell them I'm standing there also as a principality among them to tell them, order them what to do. After all, they are for hell, I'm for heaven. So I have the power to order them to do whatever I want.
Yeah.
And the in-laws fled up till today. You want to come and kill this woman for me? Are you serious? In the name of marriage? Is marriage by force? Something you are supposed to enjoy long term has become something that you are tolerating forever. Something that will kill you and is killing you. And that's why a lot of women in Africa, in the Caribbean, in India, in the Philippines, in Eastern Europe, etc., they don't know their left from their right. And a thief will come from Europe, from America, Canada, England, God knows where else. And they will come and, hey, we want to marry you. We heard you finish your bachelor's degree or your master's, blah, 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 blah. And then you were looking for God to answer your prayer, and you think God has answered your prayer. You everything quick. You run to your pastor. He say, come on, get on it. Give him that thing. Let him hit it. Give it to him. Let him marry you. Bring me some money. I need some dollars. And he won what is between the legs. Open it. Give it to him. As far as he takes you out of this silly country. And bram, you are gone. And when you reach, you discover that the person who came for you is a devil himself from hell. The person is hell. Hell original. Hell original came for you. And they come as doctors, they come as lawyers, they come as pastors, they come as apostles, they come as prophets, they come as engineers, they come as bankers, and many of them, the title they carry, they are not none of it. Like I told you guys about that woman that was bragging that she got married to a medical doctor, only to discover that the man is a cow doctor. Hey, 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 I'm balan to kolokwete. Ay, 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 ay. It's a cow doctor. Has no money, nothing. Where are you willing to put your money for investment that will give you long-term happiness? Mary, put down number 5. Money for long-term happiness. When you are done, you tell me. Okay, she's... Huh?
I'm done.
Number 6. Is it number 6 now or number 7?
It's this is 4 now.
Are you sure?
Except the one that says, what are you doing to maintain a high-term happiness? That is part of it.
No, that's a number. Everything I'm giving you is a number of its own.
Okay. You're on number 5 now. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Number 6. Marriage as a long-term investment. That's it. Let's continue. Many of us think that Christianity will give us long-term happiness. But what they fail to teach you, what they fail to tell you, is that church or mosque or whatever religion you go to, a shrine, is not about your happiness. It's a survival outfit. It's a survival tool. Church is a survival tool. And part of it is a social phenomenon. It's a social thing. Unless you personally make it a deep-seated foundation between you and the owner of the universe, the Father of our Lord Jesus Christ, and Christ himself, the mediator, and the Holy Ghost. Unless you make it personal, it's not going to be a long-term happiness thing for you. The Bible itself, you can carry the Bible forever. It won't give you happiness until you turn it into a happy thing. You can use what is in it, The Bible is a manual for success. Please write that down as a powerful tip. Samantha and my most wonderful and beautiful Vivian. Write it down. The Bible is a manual for success. Some people tell you that the Bible is a manual for heaven. Are you serious? Do you think that heaven need Bible there? Did ancient people whose records are in the Bible, did they have a Bible? Did Jesus carry the Bible like a Jehovah Witness or a Mormon or Assemblies of God or Deeper Life? Stupid Deeper Life people. Please listen to me. Did Jesus and his disciples carry Bible? Big Bible. Going from house to house like Deeper Life and Assemblies of God. God punished those idiots. They didn't carry no Bible because they had experience with Jesus. Their Bible was their experience with Jesus, and that's why they had long-term joy, long-term happiness also. Happiness comes because you have money and material resources. That's what we are talking about. And God is part of it, big time. He's in the center of the whole thing, holding it together for you. But you are the person playing the main game. You are not waiting for others to score the goal and then you say, yay! Goal! No. You are the one to score it and let everybody else shout for you. Look at people who sit, go and buy popcorn, hot dogs, they will be grilling, ribs, all kind of things because they are club. The people that they favor, they support, is playing basketball, soccer, or American football, NFL, cricket, polo, all kind of sports. The people who themselves are not getting paid for it are spending more money to watch the people who are doing it and getting paid. Can you believe that? They are buying their t-shirts. They are buying your, if you go to some people's home, it looks like a museum of different clubs that they support. Thousands upon thousands of dollars have gone to buying paraphernalia of those clubs. I'm serious. After a while, it doesn't kick in anymore. As they grow older, it does not kick in anymore. Others get married after a few months, they start complaining. They start complaining. About different things. Others are very happy. They will spend so much money to go and do Thanksgiving service, to go and do baptism of a child, dedication of a child. When once that child begin to ask questions, that's it. They don't like it anymore. The happiness is over. Happiness is over. They begin to panel beat that child for asking simple questions. They begin to panel beat the child. As though that is the way you discipline people. You discipline people by panel beating them. Like a mechanic trying to strengthen a car that has been hit. Bua, bua, bua. You break teeth. You break eye. You break head. That child will grow up to hate you. Many of us do not know that the first thing that we should have been taught, instead of us being taken to church, we should go alongside with us being taken to the bank or being taken to financial institutions. How many of you, when you were growing up, your parents took you to the bank to show you, to ask questions, to ask the bankers questions and the bank manager? How many of you? None. Many of us were not taken. Because you went with them to go and see where they put their money. You never asked questions what was happening there. And parents never have even time to talk to you about those things. So you grew up in church and in mosque and in kingdom hall and in temples and shrines and synagogues. But you had no time to grow up in a bank. You have no time to grow up in a financial institution. You have no time to grow up with money. As long as they gave you food, paid for your school fees, do this, you are fine. But how that money comes about, you don't know. And we grow up with that mentality. If somebody is willing to pay for the fund, we are good to go. And you don't ask how the money comes to pay for the fun you're enjoying, to pay for the food. We allow kids to grow up with that mentality that it will always come, as though provisions is a fairy tale. It just drops down from the sky. And kids grow up with that mentality. And when they do not see that money coming and the resources coming and the parents now throw them out, they now become bums on the streets because they were not prepared for things that will give them long-term survival, long-term security, which will result in long-term happiness. And now they now depend on government. That's sometimes I see some of my neighbors who will parade themselves as something, as Americans. And they are all bums. They can't keep a job. They are unstable. They are on drugs. And they do not know that personally I look at them as pure trash. Complete black trash, complete white trash, complete Spanish trash. That's how I see them. They don't have what it takes for long-term happiness. And they want to come and rub shoulders with you. To tell you, I'm an American. I say, get out of my way. What kind of America are you? Backyard America. Trash can America. My tax money is what is keeping you, giving you your drugs, giving you your sex and your alcohol. If I give you a 1 hour job to fix something, you can't even do it. You're telling me I'm an American. Is that how Americans behave? The Americans I know are big time farmers. They work hard and long hours in industries. They feed the entire world. They are in high tech and science and medicine. Now, who are you? Where did you come from? How did you land in America? How did you land in this planet? In this civilization? Who threw you into this place? I tell them, I'm a white American. We are in charge here. No! Yes, you are not part of that white American. You came from somewhere else and stole a white collar so that you can tag along. And whatever everybody drop off, you can pick up and eat. I'm an American. The blacks are tagging along. The Spanish too have come to join them to become lazy. When you meet the real Americans, you know who they are. Leonard came to a conference in Las Vegas. One of the conferences I hosted in Las Vegas. Before it was 4 o'clock, that woman came, gave me a kiss, gave me a big hug, gave me an envelope, gave me a gift. And she told me she's on her way back to Southwest Airlines, back to Oklahoma. I said, Mama, why are you leaving? So she said she has to go to her job. She has to go to her job. Same day, she flew back to Oklahoma and went to her job. Same day. Those are the Americans that I know. I don't know the Americans who sit back when they should be at their job, selling drugs, pimping men and pimping women. Is that what America stands for? Or promoting a crazy leader or leaders, thinking that by making their crazy kind to become leaders, that gives them a feeling, emotional feeling that they are somebody. No, you are not somebody. You are trash. Black trash, white trash, Spanish trash. That's who you are. Middle Eastern trash, European trash, African trash. I saw one guy that ran after me last week while I was finishing up the work in the new rental property that we own. I'm from South Sudan. He's a very tall people. You know, South Sudan men and women are very tall. I asked what makes them grow that tall. They say everything they eat is centered on okra. Yeah, I say I understand. Okra are very tall. That's why they are tall. Their stew is made of okra. Their rice is made of okra. Everything they eat is okra must be in it. I see why you guys are very tall like okra plant. So what are you doing in America? He said, he just said, yeah, you say hello to me. He thought that I'm from Africa. I said, no, I'm not from Africa. He said, whoa, I thought that you were from Africa. Because when I greeted you, the way you spoke, you are from Africa. I said, well, that's the way I speak. You now want to hear the way I speak. This is the way that I speak. Yeah. But I'm not from Africa, bro. So where are you from? He said he's from South Sudan. So what are you doing here in Kansas? He said, well, he lost this, that. He's asking me to give him some money to buy a beer. I told him, well, I'm looking for money to buy a car for the Archbishop of my church, which is me, by the way. And I'm looking for money to buy a jet. Do you have such money for me? He said, no. Then I don't have money for beer, bro. Trash can, South Sudan in America. You came to America to come and beg for beer. Are you serious? What's wrong with you, bro? Because there was no plan for what will give you long-term happiness. It was not there. It wasn't there. You end up fighting over kids. Then you get custody of them. And you think, wow, I'm happy, I won in the court. And you keep the other parent from seeing the child. And one day, an event happened, because it will always happen. And what happened? That child decided to look for the father, or decided to look for the mother. And leave. Because that child has now discovered the truth about you. And that everything you told the child about the father or about the mother wasn't true. You shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. But because you hide the truth shall do you in. Instead of setting you free, the truth shall do you in. When the truth is discovered, the truth will dig your grave. I'm telling you the truth. You shall know the truth, and the truth shall dig your grave. Instead of setting you free, the truth won't set you free at that time. There you go. Yeah, I have seen children when they grew up, after being brainwashed by mothers or by fathers against the other spouse, they took their luggage and they left town to the other one, who have not seen them for years. And that was the end of the matter. They never went back to their mother, or never went back to their father. whoever was the culprit. That's why I made a decision a long time ago. Certain things that I will never use to fight. And children are number one. I will never use children to fight. Now I will never use a woman to fight. Because you look at most of the Muslim world, when they want to fight, they bring children and women and put in front, and they get shot, and the men run away. Why are you using children for war? Why not leave the children out of this? Because the children are going to grow up and they will know the truth. And the truth they know will kill you, will destroy you, will dig your grave. And they will hate you. What are you willing to do right now that will set the record straight? What are you willing to do right now that will put a strong foundation for long-term happiness? Financially, love-wise. There are some of you that you are not made for marriage. You know it. You are not made for marriage. No woman will tolerate you. Because the way you function as a man, you suck. Big time. You're crazy. And you should accept it and know it. And look for a change. Instead, you want to take your craziness into a love relationship. And then go and put that craziness on the woman. And then the woman become crazy too. I've seen men, any woman they touch, any woman they sleep with, that woman become a crazy woman. Overnight. She doesn't know what come over her. You do not know that you entered into a crazy atmosphere. You went to go and eat and drink champagne, eat some lobster with a crazy man who went and borrowed money to feed you so as to fall in love with you. And the next day you find out that you are a mental case. You don't know how it comes about. You went and kissed a madman and you became crazy. You become mad too. Vampire reproduce vampires. So what do you think a crazy person will reproduce? Another crazy fellow. You were in college. You went and met a man, a non-entity, a blockhead, who doesn't know anything about college or school. 1 week later, you drop out of college. You were doing very well, you just drop out. Simply because you met somebody who dropped out. And you yourself was not strong in the first place. And that's why it is a sin for you to know somebody's character and you still go on with that person. And later you complain. Oh, the person tricked me. Why would you say a person tricked you? You are an adult. You should think for yourself and ask yourself, is this really what? Is it all that I want? Is it what I want in life? Another thing is, what kind of education? You see, many of you at the end of your life, you regret that you did not study this, you didn't take this, you didn't implement that. Why not do it now? Why not do those things now? There are places you would like to travel to. Why not work and save in order to travel? And those travels gives you long-term happiness. The experience. See, all I want to experience in life is good things. That's my number one desire in life, is to experience good things, good people, nice things, luxury. Go to places that I have to go. I want to go to a place where they slaughter a lamb fix it with all kind of spices, wrap it up and bury it in the sand with coals of fire under and above it, and seal it with clay. Seal it and let it roast. And you put that baby in your mouth. Oh yeah, yeah. Even the devil in you will run away from you, because good things is about to happen. Yep. I want to sit somewhere by the beach. Early morning I wake up, I open the window and I see the waves. And I walk out there with my notebook or my cell phone and record a book. Record my travels. Make a movie of me. In the evening, watch the sunset. In the morning, watch the sunrise. Where do you want to go? Where you will feel good, feel happy, and not complain ever. I can't wait for them to start again. Festival in the desert in Mali, where they play the best string music. The best guitarists of Africa come to play. Of the Senegal, Mali, Gambians, they come. That's where the best of the guitarists of the world are. The best instruments. And they are playing that music in the desert. And you sit on a camel to go there, drinking a glass of cold beer, eating some lambs and all kind of couscous, and watching the sun as it goes down. And the music is blaring. Musicians are playing in the sand. What is it that is going to give you long-lasting happiness? Being in God's presence. I'm not coming to ask for anything. I come to beg for your love. Jesus, that's why I'm here. I'm not asking you for a dime. I'm asking for you to come and sit with me here. Holy Ghost, I'm not asking you for any help. I just need you to sit by me and love me. Just by being available will give me long-term happiness. If it pleases you, reveal yourself more to me. Physically come out of the cloud and show me more of you that I've never seen. And that experience will live with me forever. I want something that will live with me forever, that make me an addict in the pursuit of certain kinds of happiness. Financial addict, God's presence addict, angelic mission addict, accumulating wealth addict, investment addict. Why is it that we have all this addiction, yet people want low frequency addiction of drugs, alcohol, sex with every dog on the street? Huh? And these are all short terms. And then you get a shot, you go to jail. Come on. Can you imagine when I move into this, when we bought the first house, a European American man, older than me, was telling me, oh, you don't need to be buying houses. You know, there's no money in it. Then I wanted to buy a cigar shop. He came, the same person, I don't know. The same person came to me and said, all those things, there's no money in it. You know? And the person was trying to explain to me that he would rather live in a studio than buy houses. A white American was telling me that, a man. I told him, I said, dude, if you don't want you and I to clash, I do not want you ever, wherever you see me, I don't know who tells you to always talk to me. Don't ever talk to me. If you see me, go very far away. Because I will spare you. I will spare you, physically speaking. You will see the side of me that you've never seen. I said, listen, I'm not a bum like you are. I tell you, I say, I think you need to hear this. I said, you know that you are a complete white trash. You know that. Do you see the kind of white people I mingle with? Those are high class. Don't ever pass by my neighborhood. See, there are people, it's not about that they are not happy for you. It's simply that they want to discourage you. Because they themselves cannot have it. So why should you have it? They don't have what it takes. That's why if you are climbing, investing in long-term happiness, and you see somebody come to discourage you, cut off every time with that person forever. Don't have anything to do with that person. I remember when I was doing my master's, doing a master's program. Somebody who is very close to me, who has kids for me, said to me, what are you doing with a master's degree? What are you going to do with it? I said, are you serious? That's when I knew that I'm in a very bad situation. That's when I knew that I have allowed myself to be trapped into the worst decision I've ever made. When somebody is not cheering for you and they want to challenge you, how do you think that you will get $1,000 from that rental property? Just let the person go away. Don't go with that person. You buy a property and you think somebody will come to tell you how you can improve on that property, and the person, don't you think that this is a bad decision? You should have bought the one with 4 bedrooms instead of 2 bedrooms. They will always find fault. Anybody in your life that is always finding fault with everything about your life, cut them out. If they try to force themselves into your life, report them to the cop. Report them to the law, so that they don't come near you anymore. Because you are pursuing things that will give you long-term happiness. Don't have anything to do with any human being that come to give you something that will not last. A lady called me today. I was driving out. So she said DirecTV, AT&T. So when I came back, I called the number. The number was going to somebody's phone. This is not DirecTV. I mean, I know the game, but I just wanted to deal with the person. And the voice is a woman's voice. She sounds like from Nepal or Bangladesh or India. So, they now know that I've called them back. So they call me back. Yeah, this is so Sunita from AT&T, DirecTV. We want to see this. I say, I said to her, I said, I have so much pity for you. She said, why? I said, because I have asked Shiva to kill you. And to kill your mother and father and brothers and sisters. And I want to tell you that I am also from your city where you are from in India. She hung up the phone immediately. I said, I picked the phone back. I called her. She answered. She thought, these people are so stupid. She thought that I was another person. She said, Directive AT&T. I said, I was the one who was just talking to you. If you wake up tomorrow morning, know that I'm not a prophet of God. And she started. Oh, it's a mistake. I didn't know that I'm calling a prophet. I said, no, that's not true. You know exactly who I am. And I hung up the phone. And I'm also saying this to all of you. You see, the big companies of the world is a target for fraud. People will call you and tell you they are from Walmart, they are from Wells Fargo, they are from Chase, they are from Citibank, they are from Bank of America, they are from AT&T, Verizon, Sprint, Boost Mobile, Metro, T-Mobile, Walgreens, whatever, 7-Eleven. People, you see, this is what they do. They scam business. This is what they do. They will send their type to go and work in those companies in order to get the information they need, in order to hijack information. And when they get that information, they resign from those companies. They resign from that bank. They now got something to use to do scamming. It's always people who are either they are still insiders or they were insiders at one time. They are the ones that do these things. They are the ones that do these things. Once you start to see in Wells Fargo, you start to see people from India, Bangladesh, Nepal. You start to see people from Jamaica. You start to see people from, especially in Jamaica, Montego Bay. You start to see people from certain part of Africa, certain part of Eastern Europe, certain part of Asia. You start to see them in those banks working there. You know that there's going to be a problem. Because many of them are not coming to have a stable job. They are coming to spy on the information of everybody. And they are going to release that information to their colleague to use it for evil. Don't do things that will give you short-term happiness, which come with short-term problems, short-term troubles, short-term that come with curses. I have never seen anyone that is in the scamming business that at one point in their life did not get cancer, heart attack, and sudden death. Very rare. And it always is passed on to some other members of their families. Because collective cases of people on what you've done to them, there's no way that it will not come to haunt you. No way. It's like going to look for Satan to help you, or demons, or going to a shrine to help you. Those kind of things. I've never seen anybody who joined an occult group or who went to witches to look for help, who has not sold him or herself and families and friends by default to those things. At one point, I just wanted to verify to see what the Holy Spirit was telling me was true. At one point, I discovered that all my friends who joined a secret cult, become members of cult, one form or the other, I discovered that in their families they have, suddenly, when you join those things, suddenly your family become a place of attack by demons and by fallen angels. You will always find somebody in their family who is a mad person, full-blown madness. Businesses will close, will come to an end, will go bankrupt. They will go through different kind of surgeries. Heart attack. If you follow a crazy god or goddess, you are going to experience a crazy life. Period. Many of you ask yourself, why is it that you pray every day, you go to church, and yet you are poor, and yet you are having problems, and yet the money that you earn, you cannot use it to create long-term happiness for yourself? The reason is that you go to a crazy church with a crazy pastor who doesn't care about you. And the pastors there and deacon, they don't care about you. So what do you think? What you open yourself to is what will be reproducing itself in you. Please write that down. It's a powerful tip. What you open yourself to is what will be reproducing itself in you. Period. There's no two ways about it. If they are political people, you become a political associate. If they are racist or tribal, you become one. If they are werewolves and vampires, you already won. If they are witches, you become initiated without knowing when and how. If they are a bunch of clowns and jokers, you become one. If they hate people, you start hating people. What you open yourself to will reproduce itself in you. Please write that down. It's a powerful tool. It doesn't matter how you try to say, hey, I'm different. You are not different, my dear. You are the same. What you are seeing, what you are hearing, is going to reproduce itself in you. Please write that as a secondary one for me. What you see and what you hear is going to reproduce itself. In fact, it's going to reproduce itself in you. You become like it. Stop running after short-term happiness. Start running after long-term happiness. What is it that is going to make you happy long-term? Every day you're excited. What voices are you willing to listen to? Give me the voice of somebody like Angelique Kidjo of Benin Republic. And that wakes me up and energy is already for me for the day. There are voices that I want to hear. Give me the voice of Tony Boden of New York talking about his travels, and I'm filled with energy already. Give me the voice of, what is this guy's name that was doing world music with BBC? I'll bring his name back in the next. Mary remind me. And Vicky. There's a guy that was doing world music with the BBC. I'm going to post his photos on my cell phone so that I don't forget it. Great guy. You hear his voice. That's compelling. That will make you to rise up to do great things. Listen to the voice of Barack Hussein Obama. Hear his voice. Or the voice of Bill Clinton. Or the voice of George Bush Jr. You
Charlie
feel.
Gillette.
Huh?
Charlie Gillette.
Yes, thank you. Can you write that down for me and save it? Charlie Gillette. Yep.
Okay.
Charlie Gillette. That's how they will say it. You always hear his voice coming through. This is the voice of Charlie Gillette with BBC World Service, World Music. And that guy, every 12 midnight, I won't sleep until that guy program has ended. It's addictive. Makes me so happy, like I'm in the cloud. Charlie Gillette. Are you connected with voices that carries energy? That's what my voice does to people. That's why I want to attach money and fame to what I'm doing on social relevancy to it. And I won't tell none of you I'm gonna do it, but I'm gonna do it. Because you can have the best and nobody knows you until money shows up in your life. That's why I need people who can cover me, protect me with money. Because you can have all the talent and gift in the world, but if you don't have no money and wealth attached to it, it's irrelevant. You need wealth to have a voice. You need wealth to act. Charlie Gillette suddenly died, and I couldn't bear it. Angelique Kidjo came to Salt Lake City. I went with my twin daughters. We went there. I asked their mother to come with us. We went to go and dance with her. Short, feisty woman. Played some of the best songs. I'm so grateful to Brenda of Florida. Not Brenda, my property manager. It's a different Brenda. It's an African American, beautiful, beautiful girl who introduced me to some world music. Next week I'm going to contact Brenda and ask her what she has for me. She's so gifted. And she gives me the best. And these are people who are pure. I don't care what religion they belong to or gender they are associated with. It's none of my business. My business is to enjoy the best of them. The best of what they came to the earth. What they were designed for. Many of you should wake up and get ready when I will take you to Las Vegas for you to go and eat and shop. You need to. You were born to be spoiled. Mary, can you write that title for me? You were born to be spoiled. That's another title completely of its own. You were born to be spoiled. When you are done, you tell me. I'll give you another one. Next one. You were born to enjoy. Next one. You were born to explore good things. Or born to explore the good life. So write both of them. They're the same thing. I will pick one of them. Born to explore or born to explore the good life. Next, you were born to eat and drink the good things. Yep. Yeah. See, you were born to taste good food and good drinks And don't sit down there talking about that for religious purposes. You can't eat that. You can't drink this. Are you serious? Ah! I can't wait to take a bunch of you to France, to Paris, and let the French chefs cook the best food for you and bring the best wine and pour for you to drink. And you will know how enjoyable this life is. Hey. You were born to enjoy. These are things that you should not just do for once. These are things you do long term. Not something that you just tell people, oh, I was here, I was there. Well, I'm there all the time. Oh, I used to drive this and so kind of car, luxury car at one point. Now you are driving a kpekpekpe. And from kpekpekpe, you are now driving a kakaka. You know those cars that will go instead of saying that you were driving a zoom, 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 like Vicky will say it. Somebody asked me, why do you prefer Lincoln from Cadillac? I said, you should know why. I said, with Cadillac, you are talking about crazy power. With Lincoln, you are talking about limited power, slow power. But with a Caddy, you are talking of a fortified giant. When once you turn that key, it's even gonna run out of your hand. You have to hold it. I say, I like power. I love muscle. That's why I love Mary. Because that girl, she loved power.
Yeah.
You wanna buy a car for Mary, you go and buy her Toyota, you are crazy. Buy her muscle. A car with muscle. Because you are dealing with a girl who is a bad-ass mama. Bad-ass chick. I'm telling you the truth.
Yeah, right.
Give her a Yukon. Give her a Tahoe. Expedition. Explorer. Lincoln Navigators. The one with the biggest butt. Give it to her. And you'll see how the road will look like that day. You want to go and give Victoria a car. You guys do not know. Victoria is a devil on the highway. Shante, are you with me tonight? Where are you, baby girl?
Yes, I'm here.
Good. Ask Shante. 4 o'clock, 4 a.m. is still night in California. That girl is driving through winding mountain terrain. Go up, go down, down, up, down to her job. That's how I know who is a bad ass girl. Bag. B-A-G. Go and look at Leona. Whether it is raining, whether the snow is falling, that girl is on an SUV. Those are the tough girls of America. I was at 21st and Woodlawn many years ago. I used to live around that area in Wichita, Kansas. One particular day, my dear, we had so much snow, it's unreal. The snow plowers were even finding it difficult as the plow is accumulating fast. And during that week, the same day, I was out jogging. And this lady saw two ladies. One is an African American lady and one is a European American lady. I saw two school buses. One of them drive one, the other one drive the other one. With that high piled up snow, both of them were going from house to house to pick kids to school. And I stopped jogging and I just watched both of them. Those are the Americans that I have so much honor for. We call those people Americans. I mean, 0-degree weather. I'm jogging, the snow plowers at work, and two women were driving a school bus under that weather condition, picking kids to school. That's crazy. But that's what we call life. They didn't sit back to smoke marijuana or to smoke a big ass blunt, barb, and complain about the weather. They were getting children out of their homes into that bus, taking them to school. I stood there and I watched. And I was making a movie of it, a video of it. That's crazy. But that's what reality is about. If you walk away from your job so easily, you do stupid things that make you to be fired so easily, you are unstable in a job, you don't belong to this planet, I'm telling you. You don't belong here. If all the time you have answers to every problem, the reason why you mess up. Always tell people the reason why you mess up, and then you go back and mess up. You don't belong to this planet, and I will never take you serious, ever. Because you don't have what it takes for long-term happiness. You're looking for people to make you happy, and you cannot make the rest of us happy. You came here to give us headache and to make us unhappy. I want each of you to pray and ask your God, your Jesus, your Holy Ghost to drop into you from now on. If you are willing, because God will not force anything into you. Anna, am I telling the truth? Will God force anything into you?
Yes. No.
God.
No.
If you are just praying because I'm saying that you should pray, you're wasting your time. If you don't mean it, God will never even step out to reach out to you. If you've tried, you can't, you need an external help, ask God to help you. It's not even about external help, but internal help, because Jesus lives in you. If you've not driven him away because of your words and actions. Will you please ask him to drop into your system what it takes for long-term happiness? Don't sit down and plan and you cannot carry anything out. What does it take for long-term happiness? That's what I want. I want you to have long-term happiness. Ask God for it. And tell him that you will do everything on your own path to achieve long-term happiness. Little money will not give you long-term happiness. Little jobs like intro level job won't give you long-term happiness. Horrid marriages and relationships won't give you long-term happiness. Having children that you did not plan for will not give you long-term happiness. Joining political groups and racial and tribal groups will not give you long-term happiness. Following church leaders or religious leaders or supernatural leaders or motivational speakers, do you think those things will give you long-term happiness?
No.
Begin to ask God for the real thing. The real thing. Someone, ask God for somebody like me. Ask God to give you Idika Imeri to be your leader. The person who will be there for you long term. And make sure that you have long-term happiness. Yep, that's what you should be asking for. You need to ask for supernatural financial connection for long-term happiness. You have to ask God to look at your children and choose among your children and fill them with the Holy Ghost so that you can derive long-term happiness by seeing them success, by seeing their success. I spent time last month and last month to talk to Kyle, Samantha's son, because he's a son to me, and there is no way I can help it. This is just what it is. Spend time talking to him about his academics. You want me to be happy long term? Give me A's. Give me 100 over 100. I don't need no 90. You want to go into science, you're going to become a scientist. You want to go into technology, then that's it. You want to go into medicine, you have to become a surgeon. Because you have to be at the peak of it. Put the video games away. Put the rap music away. Put watching people on YouTube who you think are successful. I want your own success. Kyle, I don't need you to be other people's cheerleaders. I want other people to cheer you up. Same thing I've told Ofori. Same thing I've told Lily and Trivia. I'm waiting for little Zach of Samantha, of Shante to grow up. If where you live now, what you are doing now, has no long-term happiness, you have to change it. I'm giving you an opportunity, a few seconds, for you to begin to pray and mean it. God knows when you don't mean what you're saying. God knows when you do not want to change. God knows when you are pursuing a man or a woman just for temporary purposes. God knows when you are pursuing a job just for temporary purposes. And when you pray, pray for me too. 1, 2, 3. Let's begin to pray. And we will close. And make sure that you send in your tithe and offering. And I am asking God to give you money so that I can have a lot of money. Let God give you a lot of money. I'm asking God to open the windows of heaven for you for financial outpouring and material success so that I can also have it. Begin to pray, please. Begin to pray, and then we will go. You don't want any more short-term happiness. You have enough of short-term happiness that comes with disappointment. I want long-term happiness.
So I want to I don't want to go to just later stuff. So I got to know the stuff and hearing and I was I bring it in. And then it makes sense.